fantastic. I tell you what, we are live now. Let me check right over here on YouTube.
There we go.
See if we are streaming, and we are.
Looks like we're
there. Heck
Check
yeah.
it out.
Check it out. Ugh.
Oh, Simba, you're just so cute.
He is, isn't he? He's just
very
something
cute.
special. Real special.
So the chat's in the thing or not?
Yeah. Here is a blind donkey. Poor donkey.
That's horrible.
Live in the chat. How about that?
There
Let's
we
just
go.
go over here to live chat. There we go.
All right.
KOTT Zombro Fitness says KOTT is gonna be fantastic. All right, guys, great time for you all to send out those last minute texts. Tell people to jump on. If you have not subscribed yet to this channel, please do so. I think I almost knocked over the camera. Look at it shaking.
Is it shaking?
What? Yeah.
I can't see it.
Where did I hit everything?
Well, maybe I think Misha did it.
No, I think I did.
What's your...
I kicked it. I kicked it.
There you go, baby.
It was
Kicking
me.
it. Yeah.
It was me.
So,
What?
yeah, I haven't even asked this yet because I heard rumor that they were changing the rules
What?
to all rules will be the same as East versus West. And even Neil said 3
Oh.
flash pins. So is this a 4-round? You got to win 4 rounds at King of the Table? Or you got to win 3? Like, do you know anything?
I don't know. And here's the thing. I really think for the professionalism of the sport, that the athletes should be made aware of any rule changes before arriving at the event.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean,
I would agree.
I haven't asked. I don't know anything, you know.
Now, of course, I would agree because I'm the one that just said it, right? But we have been dealing with this since WAL days.
Oh, yeah, me showing up. and
Showing
changing the
up
rules.
and then being, oh, yeah, guys, we've got a change in the Michael Todd rules.
Yeah.
So I think that for the professionalism of the sport, for the professionalism of the promotion, athletes have got to be made aware of rule changes before showing up to the event.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't care what the rules are for this. I'm just 3 wins, 4 wins. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just excited about the match. Do you want to go straight into reviewing the Vitali Dzarnov?
Well, let's give everybody
Dzarnov
just a
match?
minute since you hadn't shared it until like right before we
But I thought it shares anyway on like YouTube. Doesn't it let people know?
YouTube sucks at giving people notifications.
Yeah, a lot of people say they don't ever get the notifications. even
Right,
if they
right.
have clicked the bell.
So, yeah, so what I'm saying is let's give everybody just a minute. So we've got Nightbot saying hello. Zombro saying King of the Table is going to be fantastic. I'll see you on Istanbul is in Will. We've got good evening, everyone. Richard Jennings, hello. How are you doing? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much. We don't have any moderators on yet.
Oh, we don't.
That's kind of important.
Helps having them.
Yeah. Yep.
It's been a crazy day, man. We've had someone digging our new pool for the last 2 days. And we got the water line cut today, water showing up, shooting everywhere. I had to go out and get a cap for that. And then running errands this morning, getting your blood work done. Training's been crazy. Just got a lot going on. What's up?
Whole lot. Like, I don't feel like I can catch up today.
Right. That's why I'm going to go and do legs. Train my legs today. Do my chest circuit tomorrow. But tomorrow's also...
Whoa. Sorry, guys.
Tomorrow's also
Sorry about
arm wrestling specific lifts tomorrow too, so we will have all that.
Why did that do that?
I have no idea, baby.
That was weird.
Hudson Novak looking like your biggest form ever, Michael.
Yeah, he is busy. Big. Busy. He's biggie.
Yeah, I'm consistently over 300 pounds every morning. So I'm full size.
He's all the way grown.
Yeah.
All the way grown. Cute cat. So this,
Hey,
come over
Thimba.
here, Simba. This is Simba.
Hey, Thimba.
This is Misha's friend. And we got Misha 2 friends, right? And one of them's not working.
Yeah.
Thomas.
One of them's not that friendly.
Thomas, he is very friendly. He's a sweetheart.
But he's not friendly
To
with
us.
Misha. Yeah.
He doesn't like Misha. He doesn't like
Simba
Simba.
that much.
And the problem is that neither Misha nor Simba
Hey, Misha.
will back down. They're like, listen, we don't want any trouble, but we ain't gonna run from it. And it's impressive.
Yeah, it gets pretty
We'll
heated.
find fur everywhere.
It gets pretty heated. It's pretty cute, actually.
So Thomas is in.
Shedding like crazy.
He is shedding. That's the difference in our Bengal and the others. These others shed, right?
Yeah.
Thomas he's so dang cute, but Thomas and Simba were clearly street cats. They got a whole different way of fighting, right?
The gangster.
And Misha has been, my wife Allison, I love your content. Oh, thank you so much, Marcus Bell. And
Appreciate
Misha has been like, he's lived a sheltered life.
Right.
It doesn't matter that he's a wild cat. Like, he's just a few generations away from
Asian leopard.
being in the jungle, okay? And he's rough on us.
Yeah,
And these cats are so sweet to us. Like, you can do anything you want and they don't bite you. He bites everybody. But when it comes to fighting, he don't want none.
well, he does, and then he doesn't.
No, he's like this. And they're like both arms in, right? And he's like, what is all that? You know?
He gets a little like, well, I'm overwhelmed. I'm a little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah. But so it is sweet. So,
You gotta quit. Like, all this hair's in my face. Like,
so we got Ryan and company saying, keep up the good work, Mike. I love watching this journey. God bless you both and your amazing wife and the support she gives. That's awesome. Thanks you. Who cares about your cat? What's the latest news on arm wrestling? Well, actually, we do have people that log in just to see the updates on the cat. So
right.
what we're going to be doing here, guys, like I said, it's a great time for you to send out last minute text. Share onto your social media feeds. Let people know that we are live so they can join the chat, because Michael is about to go on and break down for you live the match between Laletin and
Dzarnov.
however you want to say it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you say it.
I don't know. Let's go check it out.
Well, let's go check it out. So let me...
And then we'll do our predictions on King of the Table.
Yeah, and afterwards, you guys hang around because we're going to talk about the King of the Table. King of the Table. I cannot even speak.
That's what it works sometimes.
King of the Table matches. Rick, hey! How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Rick Stuckey? Yeah, what we got, baby?
I am going to share screen. Nope. Yes, that's what I'm doing.
I have no idea what's happening.
It's so annoying. I hope it didn't just cut us all off.
I don't think it did. I still see us over there.
Did I? Okay. Here we are right here.
Let's check it out.
Alrighty. I'm gonna make this big. Gonna come have a look at us over here. Yes, sir. All right.
What are we doing? Let's go.
Well, first I just need folks to tell me if they can still hear us good in the chat. Do you read YouTube comments?
Yeah,
yes.
sometimes.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. All right. Let me know in the chats that you can hear everything.
Yeah, let us know if you can hear it, because we're about to check out this video.
Chat about something else while
I don't really have anything to chat about, babe. Nutrition's good, training's good, sleep's good. Got 2 more days of heavy lifts, and then they said they can hear us, so we're good.
Okay, awesome.
All right, ready to roll.
But what I want to make sure is that they cannot hear this, because I should have it muted. I got it muted. Okay, we're good.
Here we go. Push play. Go and just scroll it over, babe.
You handle.
All right, so we're gonna look at this first round. Vitali, Dzarnov. Now, we were all looking at Dzarnov thinking, oh my God, this dude's a freak. Look what he just did to Rivas. And if you watch the Rivas Vitali match, round 1, Rivas gave Vitali all he could handle. So I mean, you look at Dzarnov, 6'3", 291, 21-inch bicep, 17.7 forearm. We're similar size. He's more cavemanish than me. Like, looks like his fists might be bigger, things like that. But I really did not know what to expect with this match. And then you go in here and you see this round 1. We see this setup. Things are looking good. You see Vitali. He's so long. Let's get that out of the way so I can see. All right, I don't know how long it's going to take him to get the start going. Right now, Dzarnov looks capped high, elbow in front of the pad. Vitali's a little bit close to the front, but not quite at the front all the way. Let's see how this first start goes. Vitali wasn't happy, couldn't see his knuckle or something. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I think we have to go to referees. I don't know what's happening here. Right, looks like this is it. Boom. Okay, so what I do see there is I see a slip happening, right? And I know Vitali's wants to keep me from slipping, but Dzarnov got away from him pretty well. Now we're watching that, and that looked relatively even slip. Vitali might have had a little bit of advantage of the hand. So you're thinking going to this first round strap match that, hey, this might be close. And then the shocking realization is it's not even remotely close.
Oh, we can play sound, not bot. It's just that it was, let me see if I can adjust it just a little bit. Because what happened last time is you could not
hear me very well.
The guys.
Me and Juju voiceover.
Yeah, let's see how loud that is.
Yeah,
I'll put in my ear.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, whatever. I'm wanting to see this. All right, here we go. Now, what I do notice is you just see Dzarnov fighting with the hammer curl up pressure, not dragging his elbow, no back pressure, boom, and he just gets ripped open. So he's fighting from here, and it looks like the only reaction he had is just more up pressure with his hand, and Vitali just rips him open. So let's watch that replay real quick, because that setup was horrible on Dzarnov's part, right? Here we go. So you don't even see him. You don't even see him react. You just see Vitali hit, right? Perfect top rope of Vitali, straight over, cup, pronation, back pressure. Perfect start. You see him go from just slightly back from the front of the pad all the way to the left rear. Perfect arm wrestling. Dzarnov just looked like he was deer in the headlights, trying to battle here, where I don't think that's how you slow down Vitali. I don't think you fight him this way. You got to apply different pressure to him to negate that speed and that side pressure hit. So,
Al Sim says Georgi double capping on Vitali, and he's already turned palm up.
Okay, so here we go. This is round 2 now. I don't think he gets slipped this time. I don't remember. But you see how thick that big meaty hand of his is, right?
Pause it just a second.
Okay.
We got Mystery Man saying, I noticed Vitali seems to be side pressuring Georgi off center in the setup.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be aware of that, and you got to let the referees know. And if you're not happy, just back out, you know. I think Dzarnov's being a little bit too complacent in the setup here. But yeah, Vitali, long, squeezing, strong hand, pushing sideways, and I think he might just get a great top roll here without a strap. Let's see what happens. Okay, well, looks like they got to go to referees still. Okay, I think we're real close. No, it's not referees, but look, he's trying to pull back to me, same thing. Yeah, I mean, it looks like he hit, but he hit into Vitali's fingers, which collapsed the back of his hand, crushed his pronation, turning palm up, and he just rolled right through him. So let's watch this replay real quick. Now, it did look like he tried to activate his elbow to the back of the pad. Not to the back of the pad, but dragging his elbow.
Are they going to show us a replay?
Yeah, they should. Which to me is the right move that he should do, but he can't do that trying to hold on to Vitali. You know, that's what you do once you get to the strap. Well, his elbow stayed stationary. I mean, his elbow didn't move at all. It's just his arm opened up. His shoulder went back. You'll see his shoulder go back, but his arm doesn't move. This hand just gets top rolled right through. So to do that to Georgi Dzarnov is super impressive because he is an incredibly strong human being. But his perfect technique arm wrestling right there, boom.
See, his elbow does look like it went back.
That's the shoulder drop. So let's watch one more time. But like I said, you don't do that until you get the strap. Yeah, watch him again. Here we go. Oof. Yeah, his body goes, but his elbow doesn't.
Okay.
Which, yeah, I mean, at this point, if you're Georgi, you're like, this is futile, right? So now you see him still loading the same pressure. This is the pressure he's... And honestly, I don't think you should load him. I think you should loose grip Vitali, honestly. I don't think you should load with Vitali so that you can match that speed. But it looks like Georgi is just heavy loading and then has nowhere to go when they say go. You know what I mean?
How tall is Georgi?
6'3", same as me. Let's just watch him. Here we go. See what happens. See how Vitali's fingers are reaching on the back?
Mm-hmm.
But he still gets a slip. Now, it does not look like Vitali's being as aggressive just there.
So Georgi got the slip.
Round 1 and round 3.
When was this match? This is when you...
November 2nd when I beat Gennady.
Okay. So this is recent.
Yeah, this was like a couple matches before my match. So let's go watch this. We were super impressed when we saw this in person. All right, here we go. You gonna see his elbow not move again? Well, maybe not. Let's see what happens. It's fast. Here we go. So look, he just goes and then does nothing. Like he can't budge it, can't move him, can't stop him, can't do anything. Is it because he's loading into him and then trying to hit from the load? Or is it the Vitali so strong sideways and just running him over, you know? This is the last time we saw Vitali pull right-handed, and since then he's put on like 10 or 12 pounds, so 5 or 6 kgs. So he will be bigger, stronger. This should be all 3 rounds. All right, so that's round 1. It's still round 1 again. So I don't even know what Georgi is trying to do. I know there he was trying to get away from him and just couldn't. See that again? Boom.
Huh.
Watch it one more time. This is round 3, what we just saw. But it looks like it's like Georgi's not being defensive once he loses everything. Like it's like he's not trying to hold on here or something. Like, okay, I've already got beat. Well, there he goes. And maybe he was at max effort and just couldn't do anything with him. I mean, look at the size of him, though. I mean, obviously we know Coach Ray's not a big guy, but look at the size of Vitali. That is a enormous human being, and he's going to be bigger and stronger now. So, definitely a super dangerous opponent. I do like my chances a lot. I think I have a very good game plan. I think my training has been as close to perfect as I could ask for, and I think I will get what I want, and he's not going to get what he wants.
So we got Al Sims here saying, he says, Georgi definitely wanted to set up high to slip, and the ref wouldn't let him cover the knuckle with the double cap. And he had to adjust, and Vitali's completely shutting down his supination and wrist in round 1.
No, he's not shutting down supination. He is supinating. He's palming him up. He's shutting down his pronation. Like, because he's shutting down supination, that means he'd be trying to hook him, and Dzarnov's not trying to hook him. Dzarnov is here, and he's just getting boom. Stupid motherfucker. Yeah, it's almost in the lie right there.
Well,
I mean, that cat. Which one was that?
that was Misha. Oh,
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, I just broke that fucking trophy that I've had for 25 years. You know, no shit, longer than that, 30 years. That thing's 30 years old. All right.
Well, so Misha just jumped up on a shelf from...
Yep, you're taking over for now. I'll be back.
He's got to fix that real quick, guys. So we've got, Misha just jumped up on a shelf and drug down a whole line of stuff. We just had a very interesting day. It's like really just par for the course. All right. So Eisen wants to know, Michael, how much do you weigh right now?
Like right this second, 310.
310 pounds. Harsh Norwin says, do you know what happened after East versus West 17 press conference? Did Morozov say something wrong? Because Levon and Rivas confronted him after the press. Was that the Georgia press conference?
17 just happened, so that they can't be talking about the right one. 17 was in Arlington.
Okay, it wasn't that one. So it had to be East versus West. No, I know that we were surprised to find out that Morozov really was quite angry
Not Morzov. That Levon was probably angry.
Not first. Morzov was really angry with Devin.
Oh.
Like we thought that was all show. No, it turned out to be real. Like he was really angry. And then something happened in Levon and Gennady were not happy with each other. I have no idea.
That was after the event.
That was after the event. So I have no idea. No idea, guys, what was going on. All right, he'll get the trophy fixed, guys.
It's just that's the frame from Bulgaria. It's all broke.
Yeah, the frame's fixable too. Anyhow, it's all good. Michael will be back over here in just a moment. He's literally right in front of me.
All right.
Murphy says that he's hoping that you and Vitali should be best of 7 since it's the main event. Okay.
We don't even know for sure if it is the main event.
We don't.
Huh.
Are there any title matches?
Yeah. Todd Hutchins, Rustam Babayev. 95 kilogram world title.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. It's like no one's telling me shit, but I guess I'll find out. I'm doing a podcast with Vitali with Ingen this week, so.
All right.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. So, let me think. Well, I'll train with Brian at some point. I'm sure eventually, like, we just schedules haven't lined up. Yeah, we're 18 days out from this thing, so I don't know what the lineup is, how it's going to go.
Are you going to try and flop Vitali?
Why?
Someone's just asking round one.
No. I'm going to take Vitali's hand round 1. I'm going to take Vitali's hand round 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a game plan, and it has nothing to do with flop wrestling.
Oh, okay. So Zombro, he's actually been training his left. He says, will you have any left arm matches in the future? It'd be cool to see you crack the top 10 left arm.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wagner Bertolotto sits at number 10, and that'd be a fun match since my arm came apart against him in 2010, so it'd be a fun introduction into the super heavyweight left hand. Who knows, man? I mean, will I unveil the left hand at super heavyweight, or will I wait till I go back down to heavyweight? I have no idea. Just depends on what the offers are, you know. Oh.
So Hudson says, sorry for the repeat. Michael, do you think you'll be fast enough to get the King's move before Vitali can hit with top roll?
I don't. So what are y'all calling King's move?
Open top roll?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Vitali's faster than me, personally.
But you'll do whatever you have to.
Yeah, I mean, but he's asking if I think I can get to a King's move before Vitali can hit his top roll.
Flash, okay.
It's not about before he hits a top roll. It's before my hand touches a pad. Will I be able to stop the match? I believe so. I mean, I fully expect to stop the match.
That's what you're training for, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be real close to the pad either. I think I'm going to stop him much higher. But we'll find out. I mean, he's been stopped by what I would consider weaker people than I am now. With an outside back pressure dragging move, you know. And he's lost that way too. So I think I negate a lot of his speed with back pressure, tight connection to strap, and then he'll have to come up with a plan B. That's what I think.
Murphy wants to know, when was your last left hand super match? Who was that?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it Pablo?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That was so stupid. I cut to 240. I was 240 fine. Then we started eating bad. I was 263, and I went to 240 in 4 days, and I shouldn't have. And Pablo ran me over left-handed.
Killed him.
Before that was Robbie Topi. I think maybe it wasn't. No, maybe Ryan Espy, and then I beat somebody after Ryan Espy, and before that it was Robbie Topi. I don't remember. I actually don't remember.
Ryan Espy beat you though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I pulled Ryan Espy 3 weeks after I pulled Robbie Topi.
Yeah. So
My elbow's kind of trash, but.
So, Savage Panda Project, MMT, excited for this next super match. In your matches, do you always feel best in your King's move? Is there ever an instant where you'd feel better in more of a traditional position, like a flash, like a shoulder press? That feels good.
the whole I'm jumping into a King's move thing, I don't get it, because I'm not starting off in a King's move. I'm usually hitting the person first. The only time I went into an open top row immediately was flop press versus, Camille flop pressing me. If you look at every round against Gennady, I was initiating first. I was hitting traditional, almost flashed him outside the straps in a top roll. And then I sit into the King's move. Like I allow the match to go there. Because it's a very great defensive posture for me. But yeah, as far as, I don't even know what the question was. I feel fine. I mean, to me, I don't train a King's move. I train a top roll. If my arm opens up, I'm not going to quit. That's what it comes down to. I'm strong. I'm sticky in a lot of spots, and an extended position, I'm pretty sticky at. But the Ezekiel guy, if I beat Vitali, what's next? Well, that's the thing that I'm surprised that's because if you've been paying attention, the winner of me and Vitali gets a guaranteed shot versus Levon or Ermitz, whoever wins. Now, if Vitali was to win, he's already said he wants to pull Devin in August, which if he was to lose to Devin, he would not get the shot. You know what I mean? But I win, I'm getting the shot. There's nothing after that except the winner of Ermitz versus Levon.
Hey, Jeremy Parker.
What's up, buddy?
On. Where'd it go? What's a healthy sleep schedule? So I read that we need to be sleeping 9 hours.
We try to get it. We get close a lot of times.
A lot of people say 8, a lot of people say 7, but it says 9 hours for recovery and if you want to get lower body fat percentage.
Yeah. I mean, optimum strength athletes, I think 9 hours.
Yeah.
Jeremy Parker, what do you think my chances are? What do you think my level's at? What does the guy say? My first term is in June. Do you have any advice for a newbie puller? Just get in there and go whatever you're best at. And if that fails, try it again. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's that short.
Do your best move, man, and just get experience and enter every division you possibly can. Every time when I used to go to tournaments when I was younger, I entered every division I could enter. I want to get as much pulling as possible. Oh, yeah. So Jeremy's back's very sore. I told him switching up from spinning handles to traditional wide grip back training. Remember how sore my back was 6 weeks ago? He did the first one yesterday. He's like, his back's very sore.
Oh, yeah. Is that when he almost puked? Is that when you did puke?
Yeah, it was yesterday. That was a good one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, guys, I guess we need to go ahead and talk about
the card.
The card. Do you have the whole card?
Mm-hmm. I'll pull it up. I think someone asked how many years to build an elite wrist. I don't know. I'm still trying. Actually, my wrist is getting really strong. Thursday, I'm going to do a 190-pound on my wrist cup, which will be a new PR.
Ryan says the 204 pronation lift was crazy, by the way.
Well, thank you so much. That was a good one. I'm behind on posting, so I have heavier.
And what's crazy to me is just watching your pronation not fail. And for people who are like, it's a one-arm deadlift, try it. Try it and see if it doesn't turn your hand over, okay? Because it's just impressive to me that it doesn't.
Yeah, it's gonna turn your palm up.
It is.
I would be impressed if anyone in the world can grab it the same position and not have their palm turned up.
Nightbot, dude, your wrist is like 10 inches around. That's what it was when Egan measured it.
He said 10 inches. It was 25 centimeters, and it was just like slightly shy of
Ezekiel, thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate it. There is not a question there, so if you got one, just send it on over.
So one of the matches is Zurab versus Georgi Tatiev. Now, Georgi's a tall dude who pulled...
Just a minute. Jeremy Parker says, I think if Vitali's game plan really is to try and flash you, you will win. I think Vitali's only route to win is to be patient and climb like Ermies. But I think he's going to be too offensive.
So even that, do you think my rods are in the same position that was when I pulled Ermies? Do you think that I'm just going to sit there and let him walk and climb and walk and climb? I don't think he has that in his offense. I don't think it's in his toolbox. I think he is a long-levered, explosive top roller, right? And it's enough to finish 99% of the people out there.
Jeremy says, absolutely not. Henry says, Georgi said after the match that he planned to hook Vitali and that he felt in the setup that it wouldn't be possible. And so he attempted to top roll.
Yeah, you're not going to hook him. Like, that long lever and that cupping, like some people are like, you want to flop press him? No. I mean, do you want to go toward him? Absolutely not. Like, do I want to try to do anything other than back pressure, pronation, top row? Nope. That's the plan, and it's a plan that I'm going to execute perfectly on the day. I really believe that.
Al Sim says his hand is a bear trap.
His hand is strong. It's among the strongest in the world, but that doesn't define how good you are at arm wrestling. A strong squeezing hand can actually be a detriment if you hang on too long. So,
Al says, he goes on further and says, once Vitali decides he wants to hold on to you, you basically have to saw your leg off to get out, like a bear trap.
Yeah, I mean, I agree to disagree on that. I mean, I saw him try to hold on to Armez numerous rounds, and it compromised his wrist every single time. Do I think Vitali's new press will cause me problems? All we saw was his left-hand press, and no. The only way anyone on the planet is pressing me is if they press me the way Hermes did. And they press me through they defeat my riser and press me through my top knuckle. If you're depending on flop press me anywhere near my wrist or my arm, you will fail.
Okay, Ezekiel, if Hermes has a weaker wrist and smaller hand with a less powerful top row, he's not. Oh, you're talking about Levon.
Yeah.
Okay, the Georgian beast. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
No, I mean, and I don't think he has a weaker. I mean, his wrist, from his cupping perspective, may not be as strong as Levon's, but he didn't beat me with a cupping wrist. He beat me with a riser and hammer curl strength. And I think those are as strong or stronger than Levon's. So stopping Levon versus stopping Hermes is two completely different tasks. But also, I'm already different now than when I put Hermes, and I'll be even much more different, in my opinion, if everything continues to progress the way they are by the time I get the shot. But we don't know. I mean, I beat Vitali in 18 days. I get the winner of Hermes versus Levon. So my goal is 100% tunnel vision focused on beating Vitali, and then we'll see what happens after that. But the prep is gone perfectly. And I believe once I get back from this match, I have a very good game plan to become the absolute best form I think I'm capable of by December, I mean, I think after December, like I said, it's 18 days to the tally. The person I believe I'm capable of becoming by December will be what the full max my body's capable of. There will not be a level that I can achieve that will be higher than what I'll be in December. I believe that. Because one, I wouldn't be willing to do what would be necessary to go to another level if they're, what I'm saying? Like, December is it. December will be my final form. But.
We're ready to talk about the card now?
Oh, yeah, fuck, I thought we were. I brought it up. You told me not to. I don't know what the hell happened.
Well.
Zverev versus.
I was reading Jeremy Parker's.
Oh, yeah. Versus Georgi Tatiev. Now, Georgi was the one who was super impressive, but he had a bad performance versus Iraklis Rakazvili for the World Championships when I pulled Gennady, right? On that same card, November 2nd. And he actually injured his wrist. Zverev is coming off after that broken arm, right? So I think this is his first or second match back because he might have pulled Petra Markev or something. I don't know who he pulled somebody really good. Zverev is a freak. I really like to get a lot. I think he's going to get his wrist top rolled, but he might be able to win the flop press. I got to go 50-50 because I honestly cannot. I don't know the form on each guy. But if you look at Georgi Tatiev, his 6'7" frame top row is ridiculous. But the stature of Zverev and his, just willingness to get in there and bang, and I bet that arm's quite a bit stronger than it used to be. So that's my opinion there, 50-50. Any opinion for you?
I don't have an opinion on that match. Yeah. I mean, I want to go and say that Tatiev, because he looks like such a serial killer.
Bad dude, man. I mean,
there's something scary in that brain there. So I would like to say that it would be him, but I can't be sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a match for sure. Petro Maharent versus Lachlan Adair. Petro was a guy who had wins on like a lot of people at that A1 event. It wasn't the A1 event. It was the Moldova event. That dude's bad. Lachlan continues to impress me with his consistency in his training and his work ethic. But I still think it's 60-40 Petro. Which means I think Lachlan has a chance.
Who did we see Lachlan against last? That
Lars.
was yeah, impressive too.
He
Okay.
pulled perfectly. He did a very good job. But yeah, I'd say Petro 60-40 in my opinion. Now this is a hell of a match. Georgi Svekov versus David Dodikin. Left arm.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, Georgi's left is really good. You know?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Devin beat him at that Arm Wars event, but his left really is really good. And he's hard to hook. And I think Dodikin depends heavily on a hook. But 60-40 Dodikin, because what he just did to Gerdetcha was super impressive.
You would have to go with Dodikin.
I mean, the dude's a stud.
I mean, especially after watching Kardetcha and Morzov.
Right.
Right? I mean, very impressive. Thank you so much for the super chat. Pulling off John.
That's hysterical.
Pulling off John. Mike, how is your arm feeling, and how is your libido?
Yeah, both are really good. Yeah, the right arm feels great, man. It really does feel strong. I very rarely have any pain, except for when I have like the phantom pains.
Yeah.
Like my arm doesn't hurt much, even with the heavy outside side pressure and shit I'm doing.
But what's weird is you get the phantom pains when you're not doing anything.
Not a damn thing. I'm
You
like,
know?
oh God, why's my arm hurting? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Haven't done anything.
yeah, done nothing. Why's my arm hurting?
Yeah.
But and I don't think I've ever had a problem with libido, so I think we're good. But yeah, 60-40 Dodikin, in my opinion.
I would agree.
Paulin versus David Samushin.
Paul for the win.
Well, he was 3-2 last time.
Mm-hmm.
I think they both improved, but I got to say Paulin 3-1 or 3-0.
I think so too.
I just think Paulin's very, very, very strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now he did have an off performance, not off performance. He just got beat by Crosby, and he got beat by Rostov.
Yeah, but you two match up very well when you're in Istanbul
We do well together.
and you're both going on stage. So I expect.
Oh shit! Here's a good one.
Ooh.
Jocelyn versus Eckley.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I was telling my son about it. He said, I wonder how long it's going to be before she goes against Gabriella. And I said, well, she said on stage after she pulled Sarah that she wanted Eckley and then Gabby and then Barbara, right? So I think I'm going to look extremely ignorant when I say this, because I did not give Jocelyn a chance in a super match versus Sarah.
I didn't either.
Did not give her a chance. And she was power.
My God. Like
Okay.
top roller.
Yeah.
And Sarah's like, yeah, I'm not going to hook her on a top roller. And she gets top rolled. I'm like, oh, damn, all right.
You know?
Yeah, that was impressive
So
shit.
now Eckley, though, is a different beast.
Eckley's impressive. Now, the frame of Jocelyn might help her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I wanted to go and say, I just don't see her beating Eckley. But then that's what I said her last match.
Yeah.
So I think she's going to prove me wrong. And I think
So-
we're going to get shocked.
It's 60-40 Eckley. Could be 65-35. But it's only because we have no idea how strong Jocelyn really is. And she's so new. She's so new. I mean, who you need to ask is Sarah. I
Good
mean,
night,
we know
Seal.
how strong Sarah was in her prep, right?
Right.
Crazy competent.
Crazy.
So for her to probably be at her best form ever,
Yep.
she'd be the one to ask about Jocelyn versus Eckley.
Hey, Ryan. How you doing?
What's up, dude?
What is up, y'all?
Yeah, so he had that great performance down in Orlando.
Yes. Michael, do you think Eckley is the GOAT? No. I think
No, Gabby's the
is.
GOAT. I mean, and prior to the Gabby, it would have been Arena Makova.
Mm-hmm.
And Arena Makova might be the best female arm wrestler of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But Gabby is the most accomplished.
Yeah.
So if you go by accomplishments, Gabby's got to be the GOAT, right? Because how many WAF world titles? Like 34 or some shit. Some of those are youth, but who cares, right? What that means is when she was a youth, she was winning youth and worlds in the open class, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and she may be the strongest female arm wrestler in the world for one round. she's beaten Barbora rounds 1 and 2
Yeah.
every single time.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So, like,
Yeah.
she may be the strongest female arm wrestler in the world for one round.
Her problem in that last match was her prep was not on
and her
point.
changing up her food, going into it, and the way she trained, taking heavy rest in between heavy
Because
sets.
she was plenty strong.
Oh,
what she
my
didn't
God.
have was the muscular endurance.
No.
You know.
And that girl is something special.
She
right?
is.
But yeah, so one round. I mean, Gabby might be the strongest female arm wrestler on the planet. But you start letting that short lever get exposed by a longer lever, much larger human, and we see how that plays out, you know?
As soon as everyone is toast, one round and it's over.
Yeah.
Do you believe John Brzezinski will stay in retirement? No, I don't.
I just don't think I don't think arm wrestlers retire, you know? Will he ever come back and compete at this level?
I think as long as he's invited and there's interest.
I think he'll always get invites, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll get invites anymore for, like Yoshi. Yoshi was a high level, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Any John versus Brian Shaw. I mean, like, you know, bringing John in as the guy to pull these freaks of strength that are coming in
Yeah.
just makes sense. You know, having John. But will John ever? Why would he? Why would he have a need to come back after everything he's done?
He doesn't have any.
There's zero things to prove. He enjoys the sport. He enjoys the camaraderie. He gets a very nice payday. So it would make sense for him just to have, I don't want to say novelty matches, but just fun matches. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fun matches. Mm-hmm. Because there's no reason for him to go super hard and try to do some stupid shit when he doesn't have to. Just have fun. You know?
I honestly hope he comes back because I don't want our traveling with him to be over. I mean, you know, come on, we still need to do some more travels with Renee and John.
Yeah,
and
we had, you know, him and Ron and Angie and Renee,
Yeah.
you know, and John, and that was in Greece was nice. And then when he missed, you know, the flight got delayed and we got stuck in Amsterdam together.
It was a good time just to go walking around, right? So, music guy, clearly, I would rather him not be 70% body fat because that would be very, very, very unhealthy.
That would be bad. I'd have less muscle than I have now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
very
saying?
unhealthy. But 500 pounds, I don't want to see him at all. You know?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I could be 500-600 pounds in a year bedridden because I love food so much. And actually, right now, I can't eat. Like, I can't eat as much.
He doesn't have the good appetite.
And normally I'm a big, big, big eater. And I'm struggling with just the amount of food that is necessary, you know, for me to continue to grow. Mm-hmm. You know, even on cheat days, like I've had a cheat day and I lost weight.
Yeah.
And I was eating pizza and everything, you know.
Yeah. So what's next match?
Oh.
Zumbro says losing to Yoshi is nothing to be mad about.
No, hell no, Yoshi's bad.
Yeah.
This is a badass match. Ivan Matashenko, Sergey Kalanchenko.
Oh.
So, I think Matashenko hooks him.
Well, isn't that what he does?
Yes.
So that's not a big stretch, right?
Well, I mean, Kalanchenko's got a good top roll. But I think Matashenko hooks him, and I think he finishes him. But Kalanchenko surprised me in this last match how badly he dominated Frank. You know, because he did beat him 2 out of 3 times outside the strap. So, I hate doing this because I like Sergey. 70-30 Ivan.
Well, you make that sound like you don't like Ivan. You like Ivan, too.
No, I love Ivan.
Yeah.
But Ivan has to be the favorite. He's fucking Ivan Matashenko. You know what I mean? It's bad.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, I thought I was going to be pulling him for the heavyweight world title for a while, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so here we go.
Corey is not about 500 pounds. Corey is like
He's like 400 now.
400, yeah.
He's heavy since we've known him. Has been slightly over 450. But he's getting pretty healthy. He's 400. He's been a little under 400 some.
Jeremy thinks that Ivan will win also. Murphy asks, as a professional arm wrestler, how many hours a week do you train? All of them.
So listen, it's more than just the training. It's the food. It's the recovery is, cold plunge, hot tub, massage chair, it's all the shit that comes with it, especially as a 52-year-old athlete. I'm 6 weeks from being 52 and I'm in my 35th year competing. Just the other day when Jeremy was here yesterday and we did the heaviest back circuit I've ever done, right? The 4, and I only did 4 of the arm wrestling specific lifts because I'm only doing 1 more outside side pressure and 1 more wrist cupping. Just doing the 4 crushed my CNS. So it took significant time to finish all 4 lifts. Like, do a lift. Instead of a few minutes, it was like 5, 8. You know what I'm saying? It was a while. So obviously all that time wasn't training, but the rest that was needed just to do the next exercise, to do the next lift. And then you saw how demanding the back workout was because you saw Jeremy going outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a tough one. So, man, I would say cardio, weight training, circuits, specific lifts, 10 hours a week. What do you think? More?
More.
Yeah, I don't know. 10 to 12 hours a week probably. And then you got to count the recovery time. Cold plunge, ice, cold plunge, hot tub, all the other things. So you get another 3 hours in there probably.
Nightbot says Michael's arms look like a sofa. They'd make wonderful pillows. No, they don't at all. they're hard.
So yeah, my arms look soft because I'm big, but like just today she felt this thing's hard. Like it's really hard. But I mean that's 22 inches, I guess. But pretty big.
Next match.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, this one's crazy. Kamil Jablonski, Georgi Dzarnov left-handed. King Caveman tournament hook.
Left-handed.
Yeah. The higher ranked puller is Kamil.
Of course.
But Dzarnov, it likes to hook. I mean, can he throw him in a hook?
Huh. I think Camille has it.
So I'm saying 60-40 Kamil. Camille's extremely dangerous, but I would not be surprised if Georgi finds a way to throw him in a hook and put him in trouble. But I think the kid's strong. Really strong. Yeah. Armenian arm wrestler Monster, don't forget to go straight. Don't go straight to the straps. Fill them out first. There's zero chance that Vitali's going to say, hey, let's go straight to the straps. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you're not doing
I
that.
can guarantee you. I mean, the smart thing would be for me to do that, except I like to feel the slip.
Yeah.
I like to feel that initial hit,
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Paul. Paul Hicks is on.
What's up, buddy? Nugzar, how do you say Nugo? Yeah, Nugo. Nugo versus Matt Mask.
Matt Mask.
So, after Mask performance versus Angarbayev, I've got to pick him. But Nugo's a freak. And if you look at how short his arm is and how far down Matt's going to have to go, Nugo can put him in a bad spot pretty quick. But
Troy Brown on too.
What's up, Troy? Matt's performance versus Angarbayev was so impressive. I got to pick Matt. I went back and skipped one. Todd Hutchins for the 95 kilogram world title versus Ruslan Babayev.
Okay, did we see this? We did see this in Poland, right?
Maybe.
The same night you lost to Pushkar.
Oh, did they have a super match that day?
Don't you remember us sitting there and he's lost 6-0 to Rustam?
He's lost to him a bunch.
Yeah, so you lost to Pushkar 4-2.
4-2.
And he lost to Rustam 6-0.
Just slapped him in the hook, huh?
And he was having a great time.
Yeah.
At the bar. I remember that. Yeah. But I think it's going to be a total different ball game this time.
So, man, listen, Rustam's bad, dude. But I think Todd's evolved.
He has evolved.
I think Todd's evolved. I don't think he's as easy to put in a hook like that.
Right.
Because we saw Prudnik throw him in there badly, run him over, 3 years ago, and then we saw what he did to Prudnik, 7-8 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think he's different. So I'm saying 60-40 Todd Hutchins.
Yeah, I'll even go 70-30.
Yeah.
I think it's strongly.
But the
Todd
40
Hutchins.
for me is just how impressive Rustam versus Saunders was.
Yeah.
And that was a foot difference, 5'6" guy versus 6'5" guy. All right, Artur Makarov versus Daniel Prokopchik for the world title right-handed.
Daniel.
So I think so.
Yeah.
Artur, it's crazy. And so here's the deal. Daniel lost to Mendagas. Artur beat Mendagas. But I think Daniel beats Artur.
Uh-huh.
I'm 60-40 Daniel to upset the champ.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And then Gennady Quickmania, Ibrahim Sagov for the heavyweight world title.
Gennady, you better win. That's all I got to say.
You better make weight.
If you are
better make weight.
down.
You know what I'm saying? That's a hell. That'd be like me since February 15th going down to 253.
Oh my Lord.
Because actually,
you breathe a lot better.
He weighed like 20 pounds heavier than me there probably. Because remember, I wasn't super heavy.
Right.
I was heavy, but I think I weighed in 300 pounds maybe. Dressed.
All I know is.
So,
I love Gennady. All the Georgians, they're just awesome, right? So, I really want him to win. But I'm saying, Gennady, you better win. Because he said, I'm not going down unless I get a title match.
Right.
And then you've got to cut all that freaking weight. You better make it look good.
Well, Ibrahim Sagov is a bad dude.
He is.
And he is going to attack crushing down pressure into Gennady's bicep. I don't see how people keep talking about Gennady's bicep and recovery and all that stuff. His surgery is like 3 months after mine. You know what I mean? I would not question my bicep at all at this point. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think Sagov, this is a huge opportunity for him. He missed being the world champion by 1 round. So this is his redemption. 60-40 Gennady.
So we got a super chat, it's hysterical.
It's fucking great
because Auden, show me your thickie. Okay, so what? I'm going to read this.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to finish it with something that just made me crack up. Okay. He says, Mike, your arm is not the only thing that's hard. I guarantee you that. Why do arm wrestlers measure girth of wrist, forearm, bicep, but don't measure what really counts? Oh, they do.
Yeah.
We all know the numbers of our guys, right? But what is so funny, do you remember the conversation? Mike Gold.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mike Gold from Canada. Just sit around him.
Abnormally large forearms, right?
Abnormally large.
Out of proportion forearms for his frame.
Yeah, and so Michael's like,
"What is your forearm's huge?
What is that measure?" And and Michael's like, "Is that with pump or cold?" And Mike's like, "Cold, of course. Are you telling me that you measure your dick on hard? I mean, don't you measure it cold?"
I'm like, not if you're stupid. You gotta get that thing fully measured. But yeah, so it was fun. That was hysterical because it was just not a comment that I ever thought I'd hear in my life.
It was hysterical.
You don't measure a pump, do you? Like,
oh, but it immediately shut Michael up. I mean, he was like,
huh?
What?
Yeah. Funny.
Pause is what Ezekiel said. Exclusive OnlyFans content.
There you go. We hadn't started that yet. Plan B.
Plan B. That's all right.
Well, yeah, so there's only one more match.
Yours.
So pick it, baby. What do you think?
I'm not going. I 100% feel that you are going to walk away the victor. I'm not going to call rounds. I do not know. First of all, because I do not know, is this under King of the Table rules or have we switched back to East versus West? Is it best of 5? Is it best of 6? What is it? I don't know if Vitaly's going to take rounds. And if he does, is it early? It won't be late, for sure. Right? I mean, unless you, foul out.
Right.
So I don't know what it's going to be exactly, but I am confident if this guy shows up, you're winning. You're walking away victor.
Yeah, I mean, I like Vitali a lot. I think he's a great dude. I'm going to look forward to hanging out with him, and it's all going to be good times. And then on May 10th, time to get down to business. I just think I've done everything right. I think this is it's not just about me. I think things are lining up for a reason, So I'm excited.
It took a bit for your head to get right and to get into. You were doing the work, but you didn't have the motivation, the will, the desire behind it.
Yeah, this prep started off
long.
This prep started off with me just not enjoying it, not enjoying it. But it flipped from not enjoying it to seeing the outcome. Like, I believe that what I'm doing is...
You've manifested it.
Yeah, I really feel good about this one, so...
Gennady versus Morozov, who wins? Maliki Perry asked.
Well, Gennady's skinny at 250 and Morozov 300. Maybe give the edge to Morozov. If they're both supers, Gennady probably.
I think so.
But
I agree, Murphy. This card is ridiculous.
Just reading it over, like, I didn't realize there's that many matches either. That's a lot of damn matches.
For the special pancakes, as Devin says, just win.
Right.
Arm Wrestling Vitola.
Appreciate support, man. Appreciate support.
Al Sims, always in with some good advice. He says, if you drop around, stay focused. He may win a couple battles, but you're in for a war.
Yeah, man. All I got to do is keep this thing close.
Diaz, 068, we've discussed this. The guys are fine.
Yeah.
And
Irma said he would have done the same thing.
Said he would have done the same thing.
I mean, back was turned around, saw him aggressively screaming at my wife, and that's the trigger. So, I mean, like, you're going to get a different me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't know that I could respect a man who turned around, and I don't care what the situation is, who turned around and saw another man yelling at his wife. I can't respect that man if he doesn't come to her defense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything different. Like, it's just me. It's just me.
Like, my son, clearly I've raised him right. Because I asked him, I was like, son, my son's name is Ryan, by the way. And I was like, so if you turned around and you saw some man yelling at your wife, even if she was in the wrong, let's say she just totally pissed that man off. She was in the wrong. You turn around, you see him yelling at her in her face aggressively. What do? My son, who never says anything like negative, he just stays out of shit, right? He's like, nothing good. And he means it.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, I love that kid so much.
Nightbot, have I tried stem cells? So I was probably the first one to do the stem cells, especially with Vitali. Devin called me and said, what do you think about Vitali? Like, oh, they're amazing. They've really worked for me. So I've been involved with Vitali since, 2019? 2020, right before COVID. Yeah, so, and I do believe I give a lot of credit for where my right arm's right now for all the support I got from Vitali. I mean, I had a lot of stem cells in my right arm in a time where I think I really needed them. So yeah. What else we have?
What I've got to get my TMI Tuesday posted, so I need to get off.
Yeah, you got to do that. Well, we'll take care of that later. You hear what you said?
I know what you said.
I love you. If you beat Vitali, I won at 330 pounds for the Georgian. We'll freak out happen. So yeah, man, I don't know. It's the weight thing's easy for me. Like, it would be easy for me to be like, here we are, 18 days out. I could be 330 for Vitali. But I don't think I'd be in as good a condition as I am now. And I don't think I'd have as good outcomes I think I'm going to have now. Now, you look at that going into towards December, I think 330 is a very realistic number because I would have the summer and then fall, winter. It's always easier for me to gain during those times. So I think a 330 plus me prepped and ready for that December match will definitely be feasible. the gains you have had recently, do you regret not training this way earlier? Of course. Like,
You probably
yeah, I
wouldn't
mean,
have the injuries.
yeah, I mean,
you had
the hand
stronger
and wrist were such a vital part. And I had, I was like, I went I saw Neil's podcast earlier. Every world title I've won, I did it my own way. Like I did it with, circuit style training with hand and wrist rolls, battle ropes, cable pulls, riser training on a top curl. Like that's what I did. Spinning handles for cable pulls, spinning handles training my back, and then arm wrestling. And that won me pretty much the world title of every professional league. But after surgery, having a little bit more range of motion, realizing the significance of these specific lifts, and I had the opportunity to take time. Like I had the opportunity to start off at a very basic level of strength and increase because I wasn't in a rush. I was doing what the doctors told me. So it basically gave me a reset. And because of that, I incorporated all that into my training. I think it's made a massive difference.
I saw you too on Neil's podcast earlier. I am patiently waiting for you guys to start your. Is that an OnlyFans page?
I don't know what's Fansly page.
I
have no idea
don't
what's a
know.
Fansly
Yeah,
page.
Jolene, there's Misha. And Jolene says, rooting for you to win, Michael. So Jolene's been a member for 7 months already.
you
It's been that
out.
long.
What's
Wow,
up?
that is so cool.
Yeah.
That's absolutely cool. Do you think Vitali is able to flash pin you at least one round?
Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't think it's going to. I think there's a possibility of it happening, but I don't think it will happen. I just don't think it will.
Well, let's
That's what I got.
let's end this.
All right.
Guys, you've been great. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
appreciate
tuning
you
in.
hanging out with us for an hour. It was a good time.
Dealing with us with our low energy. We have got some low energy.
Listen, I'm not really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeling the training. Everything's great.
We were so we were on point when you were on Neil's thing to go live today, and then you wouldn't believe the shit that went down, guys. In between then and now, it's like,
We'll
wow.
just have the water line cut, have to leave.
I walked out there and
Water spraying
saw
everywhere.
a fountain that they could see
Yeah.
from the next town over, and it was our water. That was interesting. That was interesting. We gotta go turn the water back on.
Yes, we do.
So we gotta do that before it gets dark.
All right, guys.
All right,
Take
guys.
care. God bless. See you guys in 18 days.
See you on 18 days.